Hello everyone! I'm Hiroki. I'm the producer of War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global Version.
Hello everybody, my name is Justin. I am the community manager for War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global Version.
Long time no see everyone. So thank you very much for watching this live stream. We have already announced this on in-game announcement and social media. But I'd like to tell you myself. So we are doing this live stream. And please allow me to speak in Japanese from now on. Neil will help me for interpreter. Thank you, Neil. というわけで、ここから日本語で話させていただきますが、突然のお知らせとなり、本当に、皆さんを驚かせてしまったかと思いますが、この度 War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius Global Version は、誠に勝手ながら2025年5月29日23時59分 PST をもちましてサービスを終了させていただくこととなりました。
I'm sure many of you were quite surprised when you heard the announcement, but as we communicated in-game and on our official social media, unfortunately we are announcing that the global version of War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius will be ending service on May 29th, 2025 at 11:59 p.m. World Time, which is PST.
日頃からこの War of the Visions をプレイしてくださっているプレイヤーの皆様には本当に大きなね失望を与えてしまうことについては運営チーム一同、深くお詫びを申し上げます。
And of course, I'd like to first take this opportunity to apologize to you, our players, because we valued all the time that you spent with us, and so we're very unhappy that we have to disappoint you.
2020年の3月25日よりサービスを開始して以来、より良いサービスを提供できるように日々尽力してまいりましたが、さまざまな要因から今後プレイヤーの皆さんに、ご満足いただけるサービスの提供が困難であると、判断いたしまして、こういった結論に至りました。
Service for War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius commenced on March 25th, 2020, and ever since then we've always tried to make the game consistently better over time for you, our players, and I think we've achieved that goal. However, unfortunately, we've reached the conclusion that it'll be difficult for us to continue to offer a service that meets your expectations, which led to us to make this decision to end the service.
そこで今回その5周年というこの節目をもちましてサービスを終了させていただくということを決定いたしました。
And so we decided that this, our 5th anniversary, would be the opportune time to kind of bring a close to the service.
本来ね5周年というハッピーなタイミングでちょっとねこのようなちょっと寂しいニュースを、出してしまうということは大変心苦しいんですけれども、私にとっても非常に残念で難しい決断でしたが、ご理解いただけると幸いです。
Of course, generally speaking, a 5th anniversary is supposed to be a happy time, and so to have to bring you sad news at what would normally be a happy time is incredibly difficult for me to do. But unfortunately, this is the decision that we've had to come to.
War of the Visions をプレイしてくださったすべてのプレイヤーの皆さんに心からお礼を申し上げます。本当にありがとうございました。
And I'd like to take this opportunity once again to express my appreciation for all of you who have enjoyed War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius. Thank you very much for playing.
はい。で、サービス終了に関するスケジュールにつきましては、ご覧のスライドに記載しておりますが、詳細についてはゲーム内お知らせおよび、公式 SNS の投稿をご確認ください。
You can see on your screen right now, this slide is a brief primer of what you can expect for the timeline up until the end of service. And for more details, please take a look at the in-game announcements or our official social media accounts.
またですね、Android 端末でプレイをされている方につきましては、Google プレイポイントの取り扱いをご説明いたします。
And I'd also like to explain to you what's going to happen or how we're going to handle Google Play Points for our Android users.
2025年4月30日 PST にて、Google プレイポイントにおけるアイテム交換を終了いたします。
On April 30th, 2025 World Time, this is again Pacific Standard Time, the item exchange process for Google Play Points will come to an end.
なおですね、すでに交換済みの原動石に関してはサービス終了までご利用いただくことができます。
Visior that you have already purchased can still be used until the end of service.
はい。 次にですね、先日、告知を出した後にですね、皆さんからいろいろな声が、届いておりますので、いくつか、回答をさせていただきたいと思います。
And of course, a little bit of time has passed since we made the official announcement, and we've gotten a couple of questions from you regarding certain topics, and I'd like to take this time to address some of those questions.
実際ね、今コメントでもいくつか来ている内容ですので、そちらをお答えしようと思います。
And of course, some of these questions are also echoed in the comments that I can see in the live stream as well, so I'm going to take the opportunity to address those.
まず一つ目ですけれども、本作に関してはオフライン版での提供に関しては現状のところ予定はしておりません。
One of the questions that we've received was regarding the possibility of an offline version of the game, and unfortunately at this time we do not have any plans to create an offline version.
ね、皆さんのね声がすごくたくさん盛り上がってくれれば、いつかねできる可能性もあるかもしれないですけど、現状は予定していないということになります。
Of course, there is a possibility that, if you really make a lot of noise that you really want an offline version of the game, then this decision could be revisited again in the future, but at present we don't have any plans.
でまた、日本版へのアカウントの移行に関しては、日本版と海外版はサーバーが違うためですね、アカウントの移行はできません。
Another question we've heard is about the possibility of transferring your account to the Japanese version of the game. But unfortunately, because the Japanese servers and global servers are different, it's not possible to carry over an account from one to the other.
こちらに関してはもう技術的な問題ですので、ご理解をいただけると幸いです。
And this is because of technical reasons that we're unable to do so. So we thank you for your understanding.
そのためですね、2025年5月29日 PST のサービス終了後に関してはですね、ゲームがプレイできなくなりますことをご了承ください。
And so again, to reiterate, this does mean that the game will no longer be available after service concludes on May 29th.
次にですね、メインストーリーの今後についてお伝えいたします。
And I'd like to talk a little bit about the main scenario for the game.
皆さんが気になっているストーリーについてはですね、現在ゲーム外で最後までご覧いただけるように準備を進めております。
We know a lot of you are very interested in the storylines of this game, and I'm pleased to announce that we are looking into ways to make the full version of the story available to you offline as well.
詳細についてはですね、後日公式 SNS にてお知らせいたしますので、こちら続報をお待ちください。
And we'll have some more information on that in the days ahead, so please keep an eye out on our official social media accounts.
以上、サービス終了に関する告知をさせていただきましたが、とはいえですね、War of the Visions に関しては5月末まで引き続きサービスプレイを、プレイしていただけます。
And so I've kind of given a brief summary of the end of service announcement, but that being said, War of the Visions is still available to play, and it will be available to play until the end of May.
最後までね、皆さんに楽しんでいただけるように、運営チーム一同さまざまなコンテンツを用意しております。
And the team has, of course, prepared a variety of content for you to enjoy so that you can enjoy the game up until May.
ですので、本日はこの後の時間はですね、この4月、5月に予定しているコンテンツのロードマップについて皆さんに紹介させていただきたいと思います。
And so for the remainder of the live stream, I'd like to introduce what that content is, what's going to be coming in April and May, so you can know what to look forward to for the rest of the game.
それではジャスティン、紹介をお願いします。
So Justin, could you take everyone through the roadmap?
Of course, thank you, Hiroki. I would be happy to do so. I apologize in advance. My sinuses are probably the worst they've ever been today. It's unfortunate. But we do have a lot to get through here, so let's do it. First up, the following unit will be the last unit to be released for the global version. We'll be unveiling her here for our global players for the first time, so please take a look.
皆の勇姿は希望の光そのものです。心からの感謝を。あなたの力を頼りにしていますわ。舞い散りなさい。頼りにしていますわ。受けきれますか。では参りますわ。
あ
あ、世界に祝福を。見てください、エルデ様。
見事だな。
私は人に恵まれましたわね。なんと幸運なことでしょう。
All right, yes, that is Helena Rose Regalia, and she is going to be making her appearance for the global version. So hopefully you all remember the popularity poll that we conducted last year. It was like a worldwide popularity poll in 2024. Helena ranked very highly in both the Japanese and the overseas version, so she was selected to be the 5th anniversary unit. Helena Rose Regalia is going to be available starting April 1st for the global version. You can collect medals from the newly implemented special quest called the Vision Remembrance Chamber, or summon her using Visior. And we'll get into what the Vision Remembrance Chamber is a little bit later in the live stream. But first, let me introduce Helena Rose Regalia for you in more detail, as we've done in previous updates, videos, and live streams. But Helena Rose Regalia is a cost 100 ice type unit. Her weapon type is Book, and her main job is Crimson Sorceress. She is a rearguard spellcaster type class, and this unit has multiple wide range magic attacks and can support allies within range by using poison and curse resistance, recovering HP, and more. Crimson Sorceress is a job with defensive capabilities, such as raising all elemental resistance and bestowing courage, as well as wide range attacks that absorb a portion of the damage dealt and lowers healing power. You'll be able to pick up Helena Rose Regalia's exclusive weapon, the Black Rose Grimoire, through a special acquisition quest. And as you can see here, the additional abilities the additional abilities is going to provide area attack resist piercing rate plus 20. And the limited ability will be for Velis and Helena Rose Regalia, and this will provide healing power plus 15. And this bestows healing power down that affects targets for 3 turns to attacks when HP is 50% or higher. All right, so be sure to get it along with the new Helena unit. Now let me go into her abilities here so you can learn more about her. Her limit burst to live a rosy life recovers HP large of allies within range and recovers a set percentage of HP medium when HP falls below 50% when taking damage 1 time, and bestows Reflect for 1 spell only on self for 3 turns. Next up for her abilities here, we've got Heartfelt Thanks. We have Heartfelt Thanks. This is going to increase physical and magic damage of allies within an area around self for 4 turns and bestows debuff effect Purge Removal Ceiling for 3 turns. 2 successful attacks for 4 turns and will survive fatal damage to self 1 time and bestows physical damage reduction for 4 turns and bestows area attack resist piercing rate up, which activates before attacking for 4 turns. All right, next up, we've got Violet Burst. This removes magic damage reduction for wider attack area from targets within range, then deals damage large based on the caster's magic stat and absorbs a portion of damage dealt and lowers HP power for 3 turns. All right, and one thing I just wanted to mention before I get any further is the Helena unit is going to be available for free. We're going to get into some more details a little bit later, but I just wanted to mention that for now. Anyway, continuing on, we've got Red Rose Hex. This is going to destroy any barrier that reduces magic damage on targets within range and removes magic damage reduction, then deals high accuracy damage large based on the caster's magic stat and has a chance of inflicting curse for 3 turns. All right, so sorry, that's all the information that I have for Helena Rose Regalia. I hope you all enjoy using her after you obtain her. Like I mentioned, she will be available to grab for free. There's a couple different things that we'll cover a little bit later on so you can learn more about that. So stay tuned for that.
はい、そしてですね、今回新たに5周年のキービジュアルを作りましたので、そちらをご紹介いたします。
Next up, we've also created a new key visual for the 5th anniversary, which you can see right here.
先ほどのね、ヘレナの PV にもちらっと映っていたのですが、 リオニス王妃の披露宴という記念シーンをテーマにしました。
And you could have caught a glimpse of it when you saw the movie that we played a couple minutes ago, but the theme for it is the commemorative scene of the Queen of Leonis' wedding ceremony.
黒衣装のヘレナがリオニスに嫁ぐ意味で、真っ赤なドレスに身を包んでですね、パワフルで魅力あふれる衣装になっています。
And of course, when we see Helena, she's usually dressed in black, but we can see her here in a vibrant red dress, which is symbolizing her marriage and showcasing her powerful and captivating outfit.
鎧のイメージが強いエルデも、キービジュアルオリジナルの礼装姿です。
And Elda, of course, you usually see him in armor, but you can see him here in this key visual, dressed in kind of a unique ceremonial attire to celebrate the occasion.
二人のね、華やかなひとときを皆さんと共に楽しんでいただければと思います。
And of course, I hope you can enjoy this special moment together with them.
背景のリオネス城の大階段は、1周年記念ビジョンカードのYear's Journey と同じ場所なんですね。
And so you can see the grand staircase of Leonis Castle kind of behind them in the background there. And this is in fact the same location as the first anniversary vision card, A Year's Journey.
当時はね、ファーストシーズンをテーマにしたキービジュアルなので、リオニス一家各々の今後を暗示するような、そんなシリアスな雰囲気でした。
And of course, the key visual back then was themed around what the theme of the first season was. And so it depicted a serious atmosphere which kind of gave hints as to the future of House Leonis.
今回のこの周年のキービジュアルは、若い頃エルデとヘレナが力を合わせて運命に対抗していく姿が描かれているため、自然光が差し込んで全体的に明るく演出をしております。
And of course, in a bit of a contrast to that first key visual, this one portrays the young Elda taking Helena's hand to face their destiny together, and the lighting is drawn to create a bright overall effect.
気になる方はね、ぜひ2枚並べて、過去と未来の対比をちょっと思いを馳せてみるのもいかがでしょうか。
And it might be kind of fun to compare the two visuals side by side, and you can reflect on the contrast between the past and the future.
またですね、今回新たにホーム画面ボイスを2種類ご用意しています。
And we've also got 2 new home screen voices to share with you as well.
ボイスはですね、ヘレナ、シンクの礼装と、あと獅子王エルデの2種類になります。
And there's one for each of the 2 characters. There's one for Helena, Rose Regalia, and one for Elda, King of the Lions.
こちらはですね、日本語ではありますが、グローバル版プレイヤーに向けた、特別なボイスになっておりますので、ぜひ皆さんに手に取って聞いていただけると嬉しいです。
And these voice lines, they are in Japanese, but they were recorded specifically for our global users. So if you have a chance, please take a listen to them.
ボイスが日本語なので、今回英語の字幕をつけた動画をご用意しました。
And we've got a special video for you showcasing these 2 voice lines with special English subtitles.
Please take a look.
皆の勇姿は希望の光そのものです。心からの感謝を。
皆の支え、心から感謝する。共に歩んでこれたことは、私の誇りだ。
All right, thank you for all that information, Hiroki. So moving along, as you can see here, we have a roadmap. So please allow me to go over the roadmap here until the end of May. So there's going to be various contents that you will be able to participate in, including the Guild Battle Supremacy, so that you can enjoy the game until the end of service, to the fullest that you can enjoy it. So next up here, let me introduce the login bonuses first. So there's going to be 3 different types of login bonuses that are available. So the first one is going to be available from April 1st until the end of May, so May 29th, World Time PST at 11:59 World Time PST. The second one is going to be available for April. You can see all the rewards there. There's too many to go over, but you can see there's quite a lot there. And the third one is going to be available starting in May, and that will run until the end of service on May 29th, 2025. So yeah, please be sure to grab all of those rewards that you can. All right, next up, as I mentioned earlier, we have the Vision Remembrance Chamber. So the Vision Remembrance Chamber, you will be able to obtain an item called the Remembrance Medals by completing the quest. you'll be able to run this really as many times as you want to obtain the medals, and then you can use those medals in the Remembrance Medal Exchange Shop, and you'll be able to get units, vision cards, unit shards, and a lot of other items as well. You can see sort of a sneak peek there on the image. So there's, Visogenic antlers and just lots of other things that you'll be able to pick up. Like I mentioned, you can get vision cards and units, unit shards, that sort of stuff available. As mentioned earlier, you'll be able to collect these remembrance medals, and you'll be able to obtain Helena, Rose Regalia, which we showed off earlier. So be sure to grab those medals and go pick her up from the shop. You'll be able to grab, lots of unit materials and things that you need for lots of different units. Speaking of the units, you will be able to pick up units that were available up until December 2024, but this excludes collaboration units such as Cloud and so on. Similarly, the vision cards that you'll be able to grab from this Remembrance Chamber medals is the vision cards that were released until December 2024 as well. So yeah, I just wanted to clarify and drive the point home that you can really obtain a lot of things from this Vision Remembrance Chamber. I always keep saying trailer, I'm not sure why. Vision Remembrance Chamber, so please be sure to log in and run that and get lots of rewards. All right, so in addition to that, the Vision Remembrance Chamber is also going to offer a limited time title as well. You can see that there on the screen, the War of the Visions title. So be sure to pick that up as well and use that until the end of service. Okay, so next up, there are going to be a couple summons that are available. First up, we have the 5th anniversary summon, we have the 5th anniversary select unit featured summon. So with this summon, you'll be able to select and summon units that have appeared in the past. The units eligible for this featured selection include permanent units released by December 2024 and Helena, Rose Regalia. Combined with the Vision Remembrance Chamber, this is going to be a really great opportunity for you to grab units that you may have missed before and other things, shards, that sort of stuff you can pick up. So look forward to that. That's going to be available from April 1st until the end of May. So May 29th. All right, next up, similarly, we're going to have a vision card summon. This is going to be the 5th anniversary select vision card guaranteed step up 10 times summon. With the summon, you can select and summon vision cards that have appeared in the past. The vision cards, just like the units, are going to be the ones that were featured until December 2024. So you can select that up until the vision cards that were available until December 2024. So please be sure to take advantage of that as well. All right, next up here, we have the Raid Boss Revival making a return. You will be able to collect Revival Raid medals and obtain crafting recipes for UR equipment items that were released during past raids, enhancing materials for them, for equipment items, and other things as well. And there's going to be some adjustments that will be made. So all the materials necessary for the equipment items are going to be available during the raid revival period. Items that were available during the previous raids and stuff, materials and things, to be able to pick up those. So please be sure to run that and get any equipment that you need. All right, so next up, we have the Grand Arena. There's going to be 2 Grand Arenas that are available. And you can see a lot of the details here, all the dates and stuff are available on this screen for you. So you'll be able to, for the first Grand Arena, you'll be able to embark with 4-slot formation and a unit cost of 300 or less. And the map and everything is going to be available. You can see that on the screen, I'm sorry. There's a lot of different details that we're going to go through for the Grand Arenas in the Guild Battle, so just bear with me as we get through it here. But in general, both rounds are going to feature arenas where different units are going to be able to shine compared to the usual arenas. So for the first one, you'll be able to use the lower cost units. So unit costs that are lower than 100 are going to be able to perform exceptionally well because cost 100 units have been weakened during this, so be sure to utilize the lower cost units for this Grand Arena. And for the second Grand Arena, non-collaboration global exclusive units are going to be strengthened, so you'll be able to use them in that arena as well. Additionally, these units will be bonus units as well, so be sure to use them in your formations for extra points. All right, so moving along here on to the Guild Battle information. This is the first slide of a few Guild Battle pieces of information. But the currently ongoing Azure Dragon Cup 2025 is going to be discontinued at the end of the season. But we do have Guild Battles that are coming up, so let me provide you with all the details here. You can see the first two Guild Battles. The information is there on the screen. The first one is going to be held during the month of April. The second one is going to be held during the month of May. So for the first Guild Battle, the newly introduced Helena unit and her effects are going to be very usable during this, so be sure to train her up, pick her up from the Vision Remembrance Chamber, and use her to her full potential during this Guild Battle. And for the second Guild Battle, just like the arena here, non-collaboration units are going to have a buff for HP up, physical magic damage boost as well. So yeah, be sure to select those non-collaboration global exclusive units and make the most of them during this Guild Battle. And moving on to the next one here, we will have a limited Guild Battle coming up. This is going to be, the mock is going to begin on April 11th and it will run from April 14th to April 23rd. And you can see the full details here on the screen, the map, that sort of stuff. But yeah, so the takeaway from this is the formation will be 570 or less. So it's got to be within those formation rules. And based on the limited Guild Battle, we are going to have a Guild Battle Supremacy that will be held as well. The first mock is going to begin on April 12th, and the main battle period will be from, I said April 12th, I meant May 12th, I'm sorry. And the main battle period will be from May 14th to May 22nd, and this is going to be a 660 cost or less. So with the removal of the attribute advantages and disadvantages, you can utilize units, without being constrained to, their composition and that sort of stuff. You can see the details there on the screen. So the cost restrictions are a little bit more lenient than a lot of other limited Guild Battles or Supremacies, so you'll be able to use your favorite units there for the battles. Of course, there will be additional announcements to be made in the in-game notices, so please look forward to that. In addition to this, for the Grand Arena and for these Guild Battles, we want to recognize players and guilds who achieve, outstanding results during these battles for the Arena and for the Guild Battle. So on social media, we're going to highlight some of these. So it would be wonderful if everybody could participate, have a chance to be highlighted on social media due to outstanding achievements during this. All right, a few more things to get through here. So lastly here, let me introduce some of the campaigns that will be going on. You can see here on the screen a lot of medals. Medal acquisitions are going to be boosted from free match to arena. Friend and guild gift campaigns are going to be boosted as well. So you can pick up and use those medals as you please during this campaign. All of these campaigns are going to be held until the end of May, on May 29th. So please look forward to that as well. All right, so there's a lot of things that I covered and a lot of things that you're able to obtain here. So we've put together a list that you can see on the screen of where you're able to obtain a lot of these items and pick them up. So for the shop in the Vision Remembrance Chamber, you can see there that there's going to be, rainbow broadstones, Visageg antlers, scroll of vicissitude, and lots of other items from the Vision Remembrance Chamber. So yeah, you can pick all that sort of stuff up. There's a lot of items that you're going to be able to grab, so please do so while you can. All right, so yes, that is all the content that we have planned until the end of May. So thank you for bearing with me as I got through all that.
はい、ジャスティンありがとうございました。
Thank you, Justin.
残り2ヶ月というところで、皆さんにね最後までプレイしていただけるように、コンテンツの投入されるコンテンツの紹介をさせていただきました。
And so, of course, we've just got about 2 months left until the end of service, but we've got a bunch of content for you to enjoy, and we hope you'll enjoy it and play the game until the very end.
いろいろねコメントでもたくさんご意見が来ておりますので、そういうものをね参考にしながら残り2ヶ月運営チーム一同頑張って運営していきたいなと思っております。
And of course, we are taking a look at the comments here in the chat, and we'll take those into consideration over the next couple of months as we prepare for the end of service.
Yes. All right, so as we close here on the stream, we do have a couple more things. So I guess maybe, is there anything else that you'd like to share here before the end of the stream, Hiroki?
はい、もちろんね動画の最後といえば恒例なので、プレゼントを準備しています。
And of course, every time we have a live stream, it's customary for us to have presents for the players as well.
こちらをねぜひこちらを使ってですね最後まで楽しんでいただければなと思います。
And we hope you'll take good advantage of these gifts as you prepare for the next couple of months ahead.
Take a look. はい、詳細はねこちらの画面をご覧ください。
And you can see the details of what exactly those gifts entail on the slide right here in front of you.
All right, thank you very much, Hiroki. I know people have been dying for those Hiroki gifts lately, so there is one last present for you. But yeah, so this is going to kind of conclude our stream here today. But before we close out, we had some words that we wanted to say to our wonderful players out there in the continent of Ardra. I guess I'll go up first, and then Hiroki can go after me, and then after that we can sort of close out. I don't have anything prepared. I don't have a script or anything that I'm reading off of, but I just wanted to take a moment here and say thank you to everybody that has played this game over the last 5 years. It has been a really long 5 years that we've had here together through multiple updates videos, Justin and Friends streams, through the PvP tournament that we did, and just really there has been a lot. This game started during the pandemic, and there have been a lot of very close friendships that have been made during this game, and I know those friendships are going to carry on probably forever. This community is a very tight-knit community, one of the most, expressive and outgoing communities that I have seen within a game. People out there have done more than their fair share of effort to really rally the community and share information and just get things together. That includes everybody from the content creators that were making videos out there, sharing the news, sharing, updates and guild battle formations and how units work, to the people that were compiling information and putting things together on the websites, and doing all that sort of stuff, to the Reddit community and the Discord community that was tireless in sharing their feedback and their comments and just answering questions for players that would show up and wonder what was going on. You guys have been the backbone of the game for the last 5 years, and I have been happy to be a part of this for that time. I was doing a little bit of thinking earlier this week, and I personally have over 1,800 days logged into this game, and because of that, I sort of determined that this is the game that I've played the most in my entire life. So it's been nice. It's been nice being with all of you. So I don't really have anything else to say. Thank you, everybody. It's been very nice. And Hiroki, I will leave it to you.
はい。本当に皆さんね、本日このライブストリームをご視聴いただきありがとうございました。
First off, thank you very much for coming and watching the live stream today.
サービス終了のお知らせに関してはね、本当に皆さんを驚かせてしまったし、残念な気持ちにさせてしまったなというふうに思います。
And with regards to the end of service announcement, we know that a lot of you were very surprised and shocked and disappointed by this news, and I'm very sorry that this is what had to happen.
ワーオブズビジョンズのグローバル版は、2020年3月にサービスを開始してから本当に皆さんと共に成長してきたなというふうに思っています。
And the global version, if you recall, started service back in March 2020, and we think the game has grown together with all of you over the past few years.
皆さんが楽しんでプレイしてくださっている様子や、あと励ましの声、時にはですね、その厳しい声も、それら全てがこの War of the Visions を運営する原動力になっていました。
And watching all of you and enjoy the game and playing through all the content and hearing all your opinions, whether those were positive opinions or negative opinions, all of those has served as kind of fuel and food for the team to continue to create an even better game.
本当にこう皆さんと共に歩んできた、この旅というのは、もう私含め運営チームにとっても本当にかけがえのないものでした。
And of course, we've journeyed together through this game and we've kind of walked this path together for a long time. And it is incredibly irreplaceable memories that all of us will treasure forever.
この5年間にわたりですね、サポートをしてくださり本当にありがとうございました。
Thank you very much for your 5 years of steadfast support.
本当サービスの開始の時期がですね、ちょうど世界的なパンデミックに重なった影響で、皆さんと直接ねお会いして交流できる機会が、ほとんど持てなかったのは少し残念だなというふうに思ってます。
And if there's one thing that I think I'm a little bit disappointed with, it's that, of course, because this game, as Justin said, did start during the global pandemic, we didn't have as many opportunities to meet with all of you in person as we would have liked to, and that's something that I have regret for.
ただですね、オフラインでのファンミーティングであったりとか、あとはPVP 大会などを通してですね、皆さんと交流できたのは本当に、ありがたかったです。
But of course, we were able to have an offline fan meeting as well as a PvP tournament and things like that, so that we were able to do some of those things in person was really special to me.
またですね、多くのインフルエンサーの方々が、動画を配信してくださったのも、こちらも本当に、嬉しかったです。
And I was also really happy to see a bunch of influencers kind of making movies and making content about this game as well.
約2年前ですかね、ロサンゼルスで開催した、いわゆる本当にその物理的なというか、皆さんに実際にお会いするイベント、こちらがね最初で最後のプレイヤーとの皆さんと直接触れ合えるイベントになってしまいました。
And if you think back 2 years ago, we had our live in-person event in LA, and that was the first and unfortunately the last time that we were able to kind of meet up in person.
しかしそれはですね、本当に私にとっても非常に貴重で、また嬉しい思い出になって心に残っています。
And that was an incredibly valuable experience for me, and it's a wonderful memory that I will definitely treasure going forward.
ほんでちょうど今ね、僕の斜め前に、モニターがあって、そこで皆さんのコメントを見れるようになってるんですけれども、本当にコミュニティの皆さん参加してくださってありがとうございます。
And kind of diagonally to me, you can't see it off screen, but there's a monitor in which we're able to see the comments that you all are posting right now. And that is incredibly important, and we're taking a look at them together.
本当にね、励ましの声もありますし、もちろん厳しい声もありますし、そういったことを含めて、全て含めてですね、本当にこの War of the Visions のコミュニティっていうのは素晴らしいなというふうに思っています。
And one of the things that I absolutely appreciate about the War of the Visions community is that there are some of you who are celebrating our successes and some of you who are kind of pushing us forward during our failures. But all of that collective branch of comments, all that collective bunch of comments is what makes the War of the Visions community so special.
このWar of the Visions に関してはですね、今日は終わるわけではありません。まだね、あと少しですが、5月末までプレイをしていただくことができます。
And of course, War of the Visions is not ending today. We've got a couple months left. And of course, the game will continue to run until the end of May.
私たちもですね、今日の皆さんのコメントなども参考にしながらですね、最後まで一生懸命運営してまいりますので、ぜひね、最後までプレイを楽しんでください。
And of course, like I said, we are taking a look at the comments and we're going to use those to kind of inform the next couple months until the end of service. And I hope you enjoy the game up until the very end.
最後にですが、繰り返しになりますが、本当に War of the Visions ファイナルファンタジーブレイブエクスビアスをグローバルバージョンを愛してくださって、そしてまたプレイしてくださって、本当、してくださって本当すべてのプレイヤーの皆さん、本当に心から感謝いたします。
And I know I sound like a bit of a broken record here, but I'd like to thank anyone who has ever played or enjoyed War of the Visions Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, because you are what makes this game special. So thank you very much for spending time with us.
Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. That was a very nice close, Hiroki. Thank you very much, everybody. This is going to be maybe our final goodbye here. So thank you again for tuning in, and thank you for playing War of the Visions over the last 5 years. I hope you all have a very nice evening. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.